my dear friends of Maricita Colors in English. Today we have a new pattern, a new tutorial. These are my nice crocheted slippers, babuchas or pantuflas en español. These size are approximately for teenagers and for us, the adults. I made it in one piece. I begin from here, from the heels. I use the double crochet on relief. After this, I use the rib stitch in crochet that is similar to the rib stitch in knitting. I made it one knit and one purl stitch and I repeat. Here I have approximately 9 centimeters, and after this I begin to make the rib stitch in round. And then I sew here on the top. Here on the heel I join with the single crochet, punto medio or punto bajo en español. And for finish my slippers, I made the border again with the rib stitch. One knit and one purl stitch. Punto elástico en español. All the stitches are the double crochet on relief. Here I have altogether 23 centimeters. I use the shoe number 38. My slippers are very easy and quick to make, and now we will learn to make these beautiful crocheted slippers. Here I show you how I begin. From here I have 38 double crochet that made 22 centimeters of white, and I use the double crochet on relief. I use 100 grams of acrylic yarn. In the etiquette say that I can use the hook number 3, between 3 and 4. I will use the 3,50 millimeters. You must make a little pattern for to know how many centimeters or inches make your thread. I will begin to make chains, cadenetas en español. I must have even numbers. I have 38 double crochet, so I begin with 39 chains. If you make 40 double crochet, you must make 41 chains. Always is one stitch more. This is the way that I begin with my chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 36, 37, 38 and 39 chains. Here I must have 22 centimeters of white. Now I will make only double crochet. Into the third chain I will begin to make the first double crochet, vareta or punto alto en español. So I will make one in every stitch. We insert, we bring one yarn, yarn over, we pass for 2, yarn over and we pass for 2. This is the famous double crochet. Like this I will make until finish the row. I will have at the end 38 double crochet. 36, 37, 37 and 38 double crochet. You must have even number, remember. Here I have approximately 22 centimeters. We must turn like this, so it's 11 and 11, half and half. To begin the second row, I will make 2 chains like the first double crochet. We turn the crocheted work When the yarn of the begin is in the right side, for me, this is the front of the work. I will begin here to make the double crochet on relief, like the purl stitch in knitting. I will catch the second double crochet of the previous row. Remember that the 2 chains of the begin is the first double crochet from the back to the front, and we find the second double crochet and we pass to the back again. Yarn over, we pass for the double crochet. Yarn over, we pass for 2 loops. Yarn over and we pass for the last 2 loops. Again, yarn over and on the next double crochet for the previous, from the back to the front, and again to the back. We must catch the double crochet. Yarn over, we pass for the double crochet, yarn over, we pass for 2, yarn over, and we pass for the last 2 loops. And here appears this line, like the reverse, like the purl stitch, punto revés en español. And like this we must repeat. We must make in every double crochet the same, from the back to the front and again to the back. Yarn over, we pass for the double crochet, yarn over, we pass for 2, yarn over, we pass for the 2 loops. And here I must have the 38 double crochet. So we make the double crochet on relief until that we finish the row. This is the first row of the purl stitch, punto revés en español. I have 38 stitches in every row. Look, this is the previous double crochet. I pass the hook from the back to the front and again to the back, and the last 2 or the last stitch that are the chains of the previous row from the back, and we make the double crochet. And ready, we finish the first row of the purl stitch, la primera hilera del punto revés. To begin, 2 chains like the first double crochet, we turn the crocheted work, and here I must make the knit stitch. How is from the front into the second double crochet, from the front to the back and again to the front, we catch the double crochet, yarn over, we pass for the double crochet, yarn over, we pass for 2, and we pass for the last 2 loops. And we must repeat from the front to the back and again to the front, we make the double crochet. This is the reverse of our work. This will make that our slipper will be super barn. Look, when we make the knit stitch in the reverse, here appears the line, like the purl stitch. So like this, we must repeat 1 knit stitch in every double crochet of the previous row. Here almost I finish the row. I make the knit stitch in every stitch, and the last 2 chains of the previous row, we insert the hook from the front to the back and we make the double crochet. This is the reverse, and here appears the lines like the purl stitch. Again, 2 chains like the first double crochet, and we turn the crocheted work, we are into the front, and here I will make the purl stitch from the back to the front and again to the back, and appears this line. So like this I will make 9 centimeters. I will repeat. For the front I will make the purl stitch, and in the reverse I will make the knit stitch. I will back when I have the 9 centimeters with these stitches. Almost I have the 9 centimeters. Look, this is the reverse. We will close like this over the slipper. Here I must join. Here I make the knit stitch, punto derecho en español. The knit stitch is from the front to the back and again to the front, and we make, like always, the double crochet. The only that change is how we cut the stitches. Here I have the 37 double crochet, and I make the knit stitch, and the last stitch is from the front. I cut the 2 chains of the begin of the previous row, and we make the double crochet. Here I have in every row 38 double crochet. Here I finish to make these stitches. Here I have the 9 centimeters of long. Here I have 12 rows of this double crochet on relief. Look, it's very nice and very warm. Now I will join the round. For the front, this is, I finish for the reverse, and for the front I will join reverse with reverse, and I will close for that I can make in round. In the second chain of the begin of the row I will join with 1 slip stitch, and now we join the round. We make 2 chains like the first double crochet, and here I will begin to make the knit stitch or the rib stitch. This is the 2 chains are like the first purl stitch, and I must make 1 purl and 1 knit stitch. Always we will have these 2 chains like the purl stitch. So into the second double crochet I must make 1 knit stitch from the front to the back and again to the front, and we begin to make in round. This is the front of the work. Look, now I will make the purl stitch into the next double crochet from the back to the front and again to the reverse. We make the double crochet. I will alternate 1 knit and 1 purl stitch for to make the rib stitch. I will make now the knit stitch. In every row I must have the 38 double crochet. Here I will make the purl stitch from the reverse to the front, and we alternate the stitches, and I come back when I finish the first round. I make 1 knit and 1 purl stitch. We alternate, and previous the 2 chains of the begin I must make 1 knit stitch. The stitches must coincide. Here I make 1 knit stitch. Here I find the 2 stitches last. So here I must make 1 purl stitch, and the last is the knit stitch, because the 2 chains of the begin are one purl stitch. And here I will join into the second chain of the begin. I will make one slip stitch, un punto deslizado. And we finish. We have here the 38 double crochet. And from here we must repeat all the stitches. Here I make 2 chains like the first purl stitch, and I must make 1 knit stitch. Here we must join always the round. You can make 1 mark, 1 yarn, for that you find easy the 2 chains of the begin. Here I have 1 mark and I will make into the 2 chains of the begin, for that is more easy to find where I must join the round. Before these 2 chains of the begin, always I must make 1 knit stitch. Here I make 1 purl stitch from the back and 1 knit stitch. So like this I will make until finish the round. 1 purl and 1 knit stitch. Here almost I finish the round. I make 1 purl stitch, and the last stitch it will be the knit stitch, because the 2 chains of the begin are like the purl stitch. Here I will make out the mark and I will join with 1 slip stitch into the second chain of the begin. Slip stitch, punto deslizado en español. So look, it's very nice the stitch. Here again to begin the round, 2 chains like the first purl stitch, punto revés en español, and I must make the knit stitch. 1 purl and 1 knit stitch. So like this I will make some rows. I must make from the rib stitch 14 centimeters. 14 plus the 9 centimeters of the another stitch, all together are the 23 centimeters. Here I make the mark in the 2 chains of the begin, for that is more easy to find where I must join in the round. So I will be back when I have advanced my slippers. Look, here I made 14 centimeters of the rib stitch, punto elástico en español. I repeat only 1 knit and 1 purl stitch. It's very nice and warm. Here I make the last knit stitch and I must join with the 2 chains of the begin that are or represent the purl stitch. Here we make the slip stitch, punto deslizado en español. And here I will close my work. I cut and I left some centimeters for close. I close the work. Look here, approximately I have 9 centimeters, and with this stitch is almost 11 centimeters. Altogether is 23 centimeters. Here I have 20 rows or 20 rounds with the rib stitch that made the 14 centimeters. With 1 needle to sew the yarn, I will close the top. I will use the yarn that I cut. I will insert the needle in every stitch, and after this I must pull only. So in every stitch, look, we pass the needle. We must pass the yarn in all the contour, in all the border. Here in the beginning, I will make one mark for to know until where I must pass the needle. So in every stitch, we insert the needle. Here almost I finished to pass to insert the needle in the border of my slippers. I make out the mark, and from here only I will pull little to little. Have a little careful that your yarn don't break. We must close like this. You can turn the slipper in the reverse to make this. I made in the front, but it's the same. You can make in the reverse because we must sew in the reverse of our slip. Here I try to close good my top. Now I will turn to the reverse and I pass the needle to the reverse too. And here I will begin to sew front in front until that is close over thread, over top. Remember that your second slipper must have the same stitches, the same number of rows and rounds. Remember, we are in the reverse of our work. We finish to close our top, and now I will close the beginning, the heels. I will make one single crochet in every stitch front in front. So from the edge to the edge, this is the reverse. Remember, I will pass a new yarn. I will make one chain and another chain like the first single crochet, and here front in front I will make one single crochet, medio punto, punto bajo o punto medio en español. Soon I will make these slippers in knitting. Original, these slippers I saw in Peru, in Lima. The mother of my friend Silvia, the lady Alicia, made these nice slippers in knitting. But I made it in crochet. But soon I will make in knitting. I promise you. Thank you, Frau or Lady Alicia, for this nice pattern. She always makes these slippers for her family. Here almost I close all the heels with the single crochet front in front. Here I try to close all the row. Look, it's very nice here, the single crochet. I will cut the yarn, and for close I pass the yarn into the last stitch and I push a little and ready. We close our heels. Now I will pass my slippers to the front. Look, it's very nice and sehr warm. My yarn is finished, so I will use another yarn to make the border. My yarn is finished. I use 50 grams in every slipper. This yarn is similar to my gray yarn. From the heels, I will begin to pass the new yarn. Here I find the join of the single crochet. I bring the yarn. I will make one chain like join and two chains like the first double crochet. So I will make one double crochet in every space. The same number of stitches you must have in your second slippers. Punto vareta or punto alto en español, double crochet. So now I have 20 double crochet. I must have even number. For this I count the stitches. Here I have 22 and 23 stitches, and this is the half of the border. So in this another side I must have 23 stitches. For that altogether it will be 46 stitches. That is a even number. Puntos pares en español. $44, $45, 45 varetas, and the last 46 double crochet I make together to the first stitches, to the first chains. Now I will join into the second chain. I made 3, 2 are like the first double crochet. And from here I will make the rib stitch. We make 2 chains like the first double crochet, and we will make the knit stitch. Remember, the 2 chains of the beginning are the purl stitch, and the next must be the knit stitch. We make 1 purl and we alternate 1 purl and 1 knit stitch. For this we must have even numbers. Like this I will repeat like in the body of our slippers, 1 knit and 1 purl stitch. I will be back when I have more rounds. Now I have 8 rounds with the rib stitch, approximately are 6 centimeters. And from wide, approximately 13 centimeters by mal or 2 times is 26 centimeters. Here I made the last rib or last knit stitch, and I must join with the second chain with 1 slip stitch. Remember, we make 1 knit and 1 purl stitch. We join with 1 slip stitch. I will cut, I will let some centimeters for sew good our work. We pass the last other the yarn into the last stitch and we push and ready. We finish our beautiful slipper. Now with the needle I will close or I will sew in the reverse of my slipper. I made always one knot for that is secure my work. And like this I start to sew the yarn in the reverse of my slipper. So now I finished to sew all the yarns. Try don't let knots for don't disturb the person that will use our slipper. And we have ready our nice slippers that I made with the double crochet on relief. Before I finish my pattern, I want to invite you to subscribe here on my channel Maricita Colors in English. It's total free. Remember, activate the bell for that you receive the post when I have a new video here on my channel. Remember that now I have the new button, the button of thanks, where you can support my channel. You can find me too on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you very much to all the person that always watch my videos, comment, share, and give one like. And we see you soon with a new crocheted or knitting pattern. Chao, chao. Muchas gracias, mis amigos.